Hi and welcome to Moto Mouth. I'm Moshe Avital, and today we're going to take a road trip because motorcycling is about more than just farkles and accessories and testing products. It's about the journey, it's about the experiences, it's about the people, and it's about the destinations. So today we're going to visit what's become my favorite moto destination of all, which is Two Wheel Tuesday at Spiegel in New York City. Let's hit the road and I'll tell you more about it on the way. Like any faithful moto zealot, I've made many pilgrimages to the veritable meccas of our passion, from the Rock Store on Mulholland in Cornell, California, to the Ace Cafe in London, England. These celebrated destinations, steeped in the history of the sport and all the many changes it's endured over the decades, have captured the imagination of every serious motorcyclist. However, like many legends, the reality of many of these eateries often falls short of the expectations in the wayfarer's mind. Beneath the glossy veneer of nostalgia, there's always something rather contrived about an atmosphere which is almost wholly based on the past. I've always fantasized about being part of such a place at its inception, during its actual glory period, instead of always hearkening backwards. And I think at long last, I've finally found one. Or I should say, it was introduced to me by a guy who I'm often confused with. There's another Levy, Mosey Levy, who also rides an R-Series BMW like me, and also lives in New Jersey like I do, and even has a daughter with the same name as mine. And this all adds up to a very confusing scenario where people are calling Mosey to talk about my articles and videos, and calling me to discuss his. So let this picture burn in your mind. I'm the one on the left, and you should only confuse me with him if you read something I wrote and you think it sucks. In that case, by all means, he is I, and I am he. Anyway, back to Spiegel as we waft past the majestic, breathtaking scenery of the New Jersey Turnpike en route to the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Spiegel is the brainchild of Moshe Avital, who made his bones as a restaurateur in Israel's capital city of Jerusalem and arrived to America in 2001 to pursue his dream of combining his passions for motorcycling, fine food, and movies into one endeavor. The restaurant, named after Sam Spiegel, the famed producer of Lawrence of Arabia, is the culmination of his efforts, and every Tuesday evening, a motley horde of motorcyclists from near and far descends on Gotham and heads straight to Spiegel to experience the camaraderie, the food, and the atmosphere. Every genre is well represented, from bikers to off-roaders, world travelers to urban commuters, track racers, and everything in between. And the sundry collection of motorcycles parked out front inspires hours and hours of uncontrollable gawking and drooling. Moshe Avital cut his teeth on motorcycles from the young age of 16, using 50cc scooters to commute around his native Israel before graduating to pure desert riding on 250cc Enduros. Upon arriving in the States, his passion for riding blossomed, and soon he found himself touring the country on his 1996 Harley Sportster 1200S, which he then replaced with a 2006 KTM Adventure when the off-road bug bit him hard again. He rode the Katoom all across the USA and deep into Latin America, Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, and El Salvador on months-long trips, and several beautiful photographs commemorating those escapades hang within the restaurant as mementos. That same faded orange, battle-scarred KTM still serves him today, always parked outside Spiegel and displaying the flags of the countries he's ridden through as a welcoming gesture to other motorcyclists. Relying on these years of experience as a grizzled world traveler, Shmuel uses the restaurant as a stage from which to host events which are important to the motorcycling community. Charity fundraisers, motor-centric art displays, audiovisual presentations from prominent travelers, and much more are all part of an event-packed calendar at Spiegel. He's even thinking of planning an ambitious multi-week ADV tour of the Middle East for customers who ride together. Well, there's the KTM, so we've arrived. Let's head inside. The ambiance inside Spiegel is definitely moto-centric, but without overly excessive nostalgia. Actually, the artwork is an ever-evolving showcase for local artists to display their best pieces, and during my visit, the walls were decorated with Grace Roselli's visually stunning Naked Bike Project collection that you see here. Various gas tanks from vintage Ducatis and Yamahas punctuate period-correct posters of famous racers and their trophies. The horseshoe-shaped bar dominates the floor plan, and the taps and espresso machines and everything else behind the bar are all purposely set low, so as to allow patrons to all see and talk to each other without impediment. Perhaps only second to the sense of fellowship, riders come to Spiegel for the food. Rather than the overpriced, ubiquitous, greasy spoon fare, Shmuel Avital has perfected his family's old-world Moroccan Sephardic recipes that taste every bit as authentic as the fabled cafes of Tel Aviv. There is nothing bland or boring here. The spicy flavors and exotic textures of Sephardic food delight the senses when prepared correctly, and here he succeeded mightily in bringing the best of contemporary Israeli dining to the masses of hungry motorcyclists here in New York City. Kebab, schnitzel, shakshuka, Moroccan baked feta, couscous, it's all here, and it's all true to its roots. Now, sure, you can get a burger or whatever, which is also part of the menu, but it would be a shame to miss on Spiegel's forte, which can literally transport your taste buds to the Holy Land in short order. Now, ultimately, the overall experience of a two-wheel Tuesday at Spiegel can best be summarized by the phrase sensory overload. The vibe is very relaxed with no cliquishness, despite all the incredibly diverse backgrounds and ages and genres of all the riders that come. But this is New York City. There's so much to see, so much to do, so much to look at, so much to talk about, and so much to eat. So you're going to find whatever kind of machine tickles your fancy, from clapped out rat bikes to total customs and everything in between. There's going to be plenty of friendly faces to strike up conversations with, all while devouring the most sumptuous food this side of the Mediterranean. And Shmuel Avital is a blur, racing among the customers, greeting them, managing the staff, admiring the hardware parked outside. I spoke to him at length for my article in Motorcycle Consumer News, and he is the real deal. He lives and breathes this stuff day in and day out, and it shows. His demeanor is honest, earnest, incredibly passionate. This is built into the DNA of Spiegel, and that's why motorcyclists of all persuasions are so excited to come every Tuesday night. For serious riders, New York City is finally on the map. And this is why Spiegel is without question my favorite moto destination in all my 20 years of riding. Until next time, keep the shiny side up. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more of your favorite moto gear reviews.